I have implemented the infrastructure code using AWS CDK and have reorganized the code base a bit. I have moved the project files for product services into software folder. I have put the code that spins up and configures the required AWS services in the infrastructure folder. This code is also implemented in Java 17. Here is the CDK code that is creating the AWS VPC, configuring the security groups, and creating the Aurora Postgres database. It's also generating the database secrets and keeping it safe in AWS Secrets Manager. I have created a new construct to create my Lambda function. You can observe that I am configuring Lambda to use Java 17 runtime, as my application is on Java 17 now. It will use the code in my software folder and upload to Lambda. In addition, I have to make a small change to my application code. I am using API Gateway to expose my APIs that are running on Lambda function. Lambda responds to events, which is a bit different than how Spring Boot REST controller works. To plug this gap, I need to update my Spring Boot application to respond to events from API Gateway. To support this, I have updated my application code and added a handler method that would respond to events. This handler method would be responsible for invoking my existing service class for processing the request. Let's now have a quick demo of the application running on AWS. I have deployed my application on AWS using the CDK code that was implemented. This is the API Gateway console, and it is exposing the get APIs under the /products context path. Let me copy the URL and run the application in a browser to see if it is still running as expected. As you see, I now have the same application, which is now upgraded to latest version of runtime and dependencies, which has the test cases implemented and which has been modernized for serverless architecture.